Does your search history get wiped more than an altar boy's chin? Well, if so, this video might make you feel a little bit better. Today we're looking at the top 10 Pornhub categories that get Australians harder than Pauline Hanson's nipples were when we were still allowed to walk on Uluru. Now look, I'm not one to kink shame, but some of these categories, I'm disappointed, Australia. Kicking off our list at number 10, it's a solid start, it's a safe start, it's Latinas. Which makes sense. I mean, Latinas are some of the most beautiful women in the world. I mean, who hasn't watched an episode of Modern Family and felt the urge to knock one out to Sofia Vergara? And there's nothing wrong with that. But this next category, well, this one caught me by surprise. Number 9, it's Indian. Now, Indian women can be some of the most beautiful women in the world. I mean, they're top tier women. They're not just 10s, they're 11s. But the problem is there's a big drop off in the quality of women after that. I mean, the next best is, at best, a 7. Which means India is just full of 7-Elevens. At number 8, it's cream pies. Now look, you can make a top 10 anything in Australia list, and it's probably going to involve a pie some way, somehow. I mean, you think Mrs. Mac makes a good steak and cheese pie, you try her cream pie. It's a game changer. But personally, I'm more of a pepper steak fan. I've never understood the obsession with the money shot, as it were. I mean, personally, I don't care where the guy comes. I don't even care if he comes. And quite frankly, I don't watch porn long enough to find out if they do come. But hey, if you're into a bit of jizz slinging and just watching Sheilas get filled to the brim, you're not alone. Then on the list we have anal. Now I just want to take a moment to say how nice it is to feel represented in this list. I mean, seeing anal in the top 10, now I know how gay black women felt when they got this character in Buzz Lightyear. Or how the they-thems felt when they got this fucking thing. Or how the entire LGBTQ community must have felt when they got this random kiss in Star Wars. I mean, them seeing that must have felt the same way I do whenever I see a gaping arsehole just being worn like a bracelet. It's just nice to know that other Australians enjoy seeing freckles copper flogging as well. On to number 6, and it's massage. Yes, that's right, Australians love everything to do with massages. We love getting them, getting jacked off after them, haggling the price down by threatening to deport them, everything. In 5th place we have threesomes, and this feels very Australian. I mean, we're a country that love teamwork. We love standing by our mate, whether it's helping him build a fence or rooting his missus. At number 4 we have Asian. Now I'm not sure what to make of this. I mean, either Australia's not as racist as everyone makes us out to be, or we're being overrun. Look, I don't think we're being overrun. I mean, I think if we were, there would be some science. And I dread the day it's considered un-Australian to knock off work, go get a Thai massage, pick up a Chinese feed, and then get home to watch the footy on a Japanese team to see if your multi gets up so you can win some more social credits. I mean, I just think we'd notice something. At number 3 we have hentai, and honestly Australia, what the fuck? I mean look, I understand that virgins are going to influence this list more than those of us who get roots. But if you're topping yourself off to hentai, you're not to be trusted. Sure, it starts innocent enough. You just look it up Mrs. Incredible, watching a stretcher flaps out until it looks like a flying squirrel. Look, I'm not saying I don't want to see that, but where does it end? I mean, what happens if next year the top search term is bluey? Is that okay? I mean, in dog years, she's 6, but in people years, that's 42. I mean, is she a MILF or is she jailbait? These are the can of worms that open up whenever you top yourself off to hentai. Fucking stop it. Back to some normality now. At number 2, we have MILFs. And let's face it, MILFs are always going to be undefeated. There's just something about your mate's mum that makes you want to fuck her. And at number 1 for Australia's favourite category to rub one out to, it's lesbians. Now, it should be no surprise that lesbians is number 1 on this list. I mean, it's always going to get a decent run just based off the Matilda's search history alone. But also by those men whose sexuality is hanging by such a fine thread that if they were even to see another man's penis, even getting buried in a vagina, it'd be all too much to them, it'd rock their world to the core. Next thing you know, they're head to toe in leather marching down Oxford Street in June. So there you have it, Australia's favourite porn categories. How do you feel about your search history now? If you enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to check the description for show dates. And until next time, ta-ta and farewell.
Ta-ta and farewell.